Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Sit back and get ready because what I'm about to tell you could significantly shake up the NFC West, and more importantly, give the San Francisco 49ers an even sharper edge as they push towards the playoffs, and dare I say, a Super Bowl. Rumors have been swirling around, and none other than Diana Rossini hinted at a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the division. And if you're a 49ers supporter, you know how crucial each move can be in this league, especially when it comes to bolstering that championship roster. This isn't just a rumor, it's a strategic move that could change everything. So what's the buzz about? Well, according to sources close to the league, the Chicago Bears, currently sitting at 4-2 with a surplus of linebacker talent, are contemplating trading their star linebacker Roquan Smith. Yes, the very same Roquan Smith who's been a cornerstone of their defense. The proposal: the Bears are looking to send Smith, along with a third-round pick in the 2026 draft, and promising linebacker D. Winters in exchange for some draft capital and cap space relief. This move, if it happens, could be a game-changer not just for the Bears, but for the 49ers too, especially considering how much the Niners value a strong middle linebacker to anchor their defense. Now, let's talk about Roquan Smith. The guy is a game-changer, a true elite tackler and one of the most explosive linebackers in the league. At just 28 years old, he's been a force on the field. In 2025, despite injuries, he's managed to rack up impressive stats: 52 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1.5 sacks, and a PFF run defense grade of 92. That's elite stuff. His EPA per stop is plus 0.25, and he misses about 11% of his tackles, which is quite good for a linebacker who's constantly around the ball. His run defense is top tier with 20 stops, which ranks among the best in the league. And in coverage, he's graded at 86 by PFF, showing that he can be a versatile piece in any defensive scheme. His career totals are equally impressive: over 900 tackles, 21 sacks, and 10 interceptions, which underscore his all-around game. However, it's not just about stats. The injury that limited him in 2025, an injury on his quadriceps, has raised some concerns, but the potential is undeniable. If he's healthy, he's a difference maker, a Ray Lewis-type impact player who can redefine a defense, bringing leadership, intensity, and a relentless pursuit of the ball. Imagine Roquan Smith paired with Fred Warner on the same defense. That would be a nightmare for offenses, a true linebacking duo that can dismantle running games and neutralize mobile quarterbacks who love to extend plays outside the pocket. Now, the Bears aren't keen on just giving him away. They're skeptical about losing a player of his caliber, especially considering their solid defensive ranking, 5th overall, allowing just 18 points per game. But they're also prioritizing their offensive line rebuild, and cap space is tight, so this trade makes sense for them from a strategic standpoint. The Bears are looking to bolster their offensive line, and shedding some cap hits by trading Smith and Winters could give them more flexibility for future signings. On the other side, the 49ers are watching this development very closely. They're known for their fluid approach to roster moves, constantly adjusting and improving. Adding Roquan Smith would be a huge boost to their defense, especially after the injury to Fred Warner, who's been a linchpin for them. Warner's injury, particularly his shoulder, has left some gaps in the middle, and while guys like Dre Greenlaw have stepped up, having that elite linebacker to lead the charge is what separates good defenses from great ones. Let's not forget how this impacts the 49ers' overall strategy. Right now, they're trying to stabilize their defense after losing Nick Bosa to an ACL injury and dealing with some inconsistency in their secondary. The addition of a player like Smith could elevate their tackling totals, which have dipped slightly this season. From an average of about 98 tackles per game, they could see that number jump to around 115, significantly improving their run-stopping ability. Plus, his presence would bolster their red zone defense, which has improved from 55% stops to nearly 69%, a critical factor in close games. This move also complements their pass rush, particularly with the recent ACL injury to Bosa. The Niners have been relying on players like Floyd to step up in Bosa's absence, but adding a linebacker of Smith's caliber could shift the balance back in their favor. Their coverage grades, which have been solid, could see an uptick with Smith's ability to cover tight ends and running backs effectively, making them even more formidable against pass-heavy teams. Now a quick pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. And here's the kicker. With Jimmy Garoppolo out with turf toe, the 49ers offense has been a bit inconsistent. They're currently ranked 18th in passing yards per game, averaging around 216 yards, which isn't bad but isn't elite either. Their wide receiver core has been hit hard with injuries, Brandon Ayuk being on IR and John Jennings battling a knee injury, so their offensive options are limited right now. That's why bolstering the defense becomes even more critical, especially if they want to keep pace in a tough NFC playoff race. Adding Roquan Smith isn't just about bolstering the defense, it's about elevating the team's championship chances. The odds have shifted recently from plus 600 to plus 350, reflecting increased confidence in the 49ers' Super Bowl prospects, especially if they can solidify that middle linebacker position. Smith's presence could be the difference maker in high-stakes games, particularly against mobile quarterbacks like Kyler Murray, who have the ability to extend plays and cause chaos if not contained. In essence, this trade would be a bold move, but one rooted in strategic necessity. The 49ers have always been a team that values defense, and bringing in a player like Smith could be akin to what Patrick Willis once meant to the franchise, an indomitable leader who transforms the entire unit. It's about redefining what this defense can become, turning it into a true juggernaut that can carry them through the playoffs and into the Super Bowl. The impact of such a move would ripple across the league, sending a message that the 49ers are all in this season. They are willing to make bold decisions, to take risks, to chase greatness. And with the right pieces in place, like Roquan Smith, they could very well be on the path to not just another playoff appearance, but a legitimate Super Bowl run. Imagine a defense that's not just good but terrifying, capable of shutting down the best defenses in the league and giving their offense the chance to control games, even when Purdy isn't 100% or facing tough defenses. Of course, there are questions. Will the Bears really trade Smith? How will the 49ers handle the cap implications? What about the chemistry and adaptability of adding a new linebacker mid-season? All valid points. But if history has taught us anything, it's that the NFL is a league of bold moves, and sometimes making the right trade at the right time can change everything. The 49ers have a window, and if this move comes through, it could be the piece that pushes them over the top, solidifying their status as one of the league's most dominant teams. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Roquan Smith can be that missing piece, the general who leads this linebacker core to new heights? Or do you think the Bears will hold onto him and try to rebuild around him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. This team never stops evolving, and neither do we in bringing you the best, most detailed insights. Thanks for sticking with me today, and remember, the road to the Super Bowl is never easy. But with moves like this, the 49ers might just be on the verge of something historic.